Log on to fitmanperformance.com for the latest and greatest truth about training, nutrition, recovery, and unleashing your inner greatness. And download your copy of my groundbreaking ebook, Use Speed to Get Lean, the Sprinting Handbook for Lifters at usespeedtogetlean.com.
Run up when you see me, then we gon' see.
Hey everybody, it's your man Fitman, head performance coach at the Fitman Performance Center. In today's topic, we're going to get into a workout review of my last sprinting session. So the goals of today's session is to work on acceleration and maximum velocity. So acceleration is defined as how fast it actually takes you to reach your top speed. How fast does it take you to get from 0 to 60? We train acceleration with short sprints, 10-yard sprints, 20-yard sprints, 30-yard sprints, or the same distance in meters. And our goal is to get up to top speed as fast as we possibly can. So I'm in the start position here. I'm in a 4-point track start. All right, that was decent. Had a bit of a hesitation on that start, but still a little faster than last week, which was a 3:19. So, football players who need to be timed in the 40-yard dash, track sprinters who run the 55-meter and the 60-meter and even the 100-meter dash, you have to be able to accelerate. If you cannot accelerate in those short races, there's a high chance that you're going to lose in those short races or run a time that you really don't want to run. There's not enough time in these races to come back. These are not the 200 or the 400-meter dashes. These are shorter sprints, and you've got to be able to get from 0 to 60 as quickly as possible to have a chance to win these races and to run good times in these races. And we have to train this by continually doing these shorter sprints. All right, so it was slightly cleaner and slightly faster. Now, for maximum velocity is defined as the top speed that you can reach. So in order to reach that speed, we have an acceleration zone, a lead-in of about 15 to 20 yards here. You'll see when I hit that first cone, I turn on the burners, and I'm trying to sprint as fast as possible in order to reach my maximum velocity. We train this in a similar fashion as far as distances are concerned, with 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, or the same distance in meters in order to train that maximum velocity. And the hill just adds another element to it. So we're set up here, and we have the acceleration zone, and we're picking up. Overall, a decent workout, but there's definitely still some meat on the bone. Now, back to maximum velocity real quick. If you are a sprinter who doesn't have a great top speed, it's going to be harder for you to win races if your top speed is not as good as your opponent's top speed. So what you've got to do as part of your training, you've got to run these 10-meter flies, these 20-meter flies, these 30-meter flies consistently to build up your top speed. Now, as far as this workout goes, this workout was okay. I was actually better in the 20-yard sprints this week than I was the previous week. In the prior week, my best was 3:19. I hit a 3:17 and a 3:16 today. So that was an improvement, but there's still meat on the bone because I had a bit of a hitch in that first start. Now, in the maximum velocity portion of the workout, I was actually worse because last week I went 118. This week, my best was 122. So that's not good enough. And as an athlete, your goal is to get better every single time. Now, we know as athletes that every single time you train, you don't get better. That's not how training works. But that's also the beautiful part of the training game, the beautiful part of the speed game, the beautiful part of the iron game is that when you have the days where you're not as good as you were previously, you now have to analyze everything that led up to that workout. How much sleep did you get? What was the quality of that sleep that you got? How did your food look? How did your hydration look? Did you do enough mobility and stretching work prior to the workout? What did you do in the gym the prior day that could have had an impact on this workout? Were you stressed out coming into the workout? There's all these things you have to analyze, and these are all questions I asked myself, and look at all the steps that I took coming into this workout, and I try to make improvements on those things. so that the next time I train, I can lower these times, because there's definitely still meat on the bone as far as improving in these times. Now, I'm grateful because in 2018, I had a grade 2 hamstring tear. In 2019, I had a grade 2 hamstring tear. So back-to-back years and back-to-back hamstring tears in opposite legs. So I had to modify a lot of my training. I just started to sprint again in June of 2020. So from September 2019 through June 2020, I did not sprint because I could not sprint. It was too painful to sprint. But through the injury, through the modifications, getting smarter, getting wiser, and making changes to the overall program have allowed me to come back now and be healthy. And I'm very grateful to be healthy. You see, setbacks are setups for comebacks. And that's the beautiful part of the game. If you get set back and you just stay down on the mat, well, then you're never going to be successful. You're never going to reach your goals. But if you have a setback and you get up off the mat, yes, the setback hurts, but it's a setup for you to come back and be better. And my goal is to be better than I was in my breakout season of 2017, when I went 11.57 in the 100-meter dash, when I went 23.78 in the 200-meter dash at the age of 33, almost 34 at the time. So I'm grateful to be back. I'm grateful to be healthy. And next week, the goal is going to be to lower these numbers and to have a more effective workout. So thanks for checking out the video. We're going to do this dance again next week. It's your man, Fitman. Holla at a trainer when you see me at the center.